Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Sir, you are charged with the offense of assault, bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
All right, on December 26, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a assault report. Officer made contact with the complainant witness who stated that her husband and her had been in a heated verbal exchange over her possibly having an affair. According to the complainant, the defendant was intoxicated and got angry when she began engaging in the argument about infidelity that were found on his cell phone. The complainant stated that the defendant then slapped her on both sides of her face multiple times, which caused pain to her head, and that she was also pushed to the ground, which resulted in her receiving an abrasion to her right knee. The complainant stated that she was able to stop the defendant from assaulting her further by using a baseball bat. The complainant had visible injuries to both sides of her face and her right knee.
Did you catch that? The judge is already laying down a no contact order, but the defense is about to push back. This is where things get interesting, when the law says one thing, but real life with kids, shared homes, and messy relationships says another. What would you do here? Protect the victim at all costs, or try to keep the family together?
Mr. Capetillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case.
Can we address that, Your Honor? The state, we've spoken about this, the state reached out to complain, and we're in agreement for no threatening, harassing contact. They have 4 kids together. She has no issue with him living in.
I just spoke with her and she wants him back home. So
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, it's just now's not the time. Did she go to him with a baseball bat? Is that what you were saying?
judging the dims, it indicates that she had I'm not sure what she did with the baseball bat. She said, it says using a baseball bat to defend herself at the very end there. I'm not sure if we have
Scares me.
I'm not sure if we don't have an OR, judge. That's all the facts that I have right now on that.
How long ago was this?
This was about 2 weeks ago.
And they're living together. He's supporting his whole family. They have 4 kids together. He needs to be able to stay home, provide, and be able to help his wife with just taking care of his large family. No assaultive history, right? No assaultive history at all, Your Honor. One of his sons is also autistic, Your Honor. So
this is heartbreaking. One child has autism, the family depends on his income, and yet the judge is weighing serious allegations of domestic violence. In cases like this, it's not just about the defendant and the victim, it's about the ripple effect on innocent kids caught in the crossfire.
I really do need help.
Mr. Capetillo, you are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. If I find that you use, I'm going to put you in jail. I will revoke your bond and I'm going to raise it up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will reluctantly allow you to have contact with this person, but I am ordering you not to have any threatening or harassing contact. You need to understand that what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think it is. It's what the other person perceives. So if I go like this.
This is a pivotal moment. The judge is reluctantly allowing contact, but makes it crystal clear. Threatening means whatever the victim feels is threatening. That's a huge legal standard. Even a simple gesture could violate bond and land him back in jail. Keep that in mind. The line between freedom and handcuffs can be one raised eyebrow away.
Is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is, and it can land you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I realize that times may be tough. I realize you may have stressful situations in this life, but you need to find some kind of outlet for it. Because if I find any other issues, I'm going to protect my community at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
And Your Honor, we're requesting a $500 PR bond.
I am entering what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies her as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go. This comes with a residential restriction. I will take it off for now. But if I find there are any other issues, you know exactly what's going to happen. No consuming alcohol or illegal drugs from any source. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you say? PR bond.
Judge, I don't believe that a PR bond is necessarily appropriate in this case based on the allegations and the fact that, the officer is indicating visible injuries to the complainant. We believe somewhere in the range of a $3,000 surety bond would be more appropriate.
Your Honor, my client's a U.S. citizen. He's taking care of his family. He's in court today. He has no kind of assaultive history. He has a good job. We feel that a PR bond would be appropriate at this time.
Any other prior assaults or assaultive history that you see?
History is,
Has
criminal
NCIC?
history is from back in 2009, the last time he picked up anything, and it was a DWI.
Okay. Mr. Capatillo, I will give you a PR bond today, but I'm going to tell you, it's the only one that you get. If you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool out there in the free world, I will take the free world away from you, lickety split. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What did you say as far as the bond amount?
As for,
3?
as for 500, Your Honor.
I request 3.
Okay, so I'll split it, 2,000. So you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. If you pick up a new case, violate any of the conditions, a warrant will be issued. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you ever have any questions, all you have to do is come back here and we can also answer any questions that you have, any issues that you may have, but don't just start doing stuff on your own.
Agreed, Your
We
Honor.
good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yeah, but he can't leave until he signs.
Judge, did you need me to file anything on that one?
No, because he's going to be monitored because of the alcohol. 1 day credit.
Good morning, Your Honor.
It's still there.
It's still there. For Trey, Daniel, application packet, and they also refer. I know this is one of their oldest cases in court, but I did tell my client, and he does not want the offer.
Okay,
So we would have to set the case.
Okay, sure. If that's what you'd like to do, whatever day you want.
Because he doesn't want to.
okay. And then if you want to talk a little bit after, 'cause
Yeah.
I think there are some other things that
Okay.
we might consider if you can get those to us.
Okay.
Do we set it today or do you want to talk to them more?
I say let's just set it for now, and if we end up doing like a PTI
Yeah.
and dismissal before the trial date, then
I mean, I don't want to put it on the docket if you guys are just going to end up doing that, you know?
okay.
Let's just
Um,
get a.
So then we can do a reset
Well,
or whatever you want to. Sorry,
What-
Judge.
because that's, we set it today for this very purpose, you know? I mean, the case is since,
Whatever you want.
Let me
So I
see.
think, Judge, you want us to kind of agree to something today versus setting
you
it.
can, and if
Okay.
not, then
Let's
you
talk-
know,
We could talk about it.
hold on a second. You talk and then see if there's still nothing, then
Uh-huh.
No problem.
Justin, what's up? How are you? What's new? Yeah, looking good, man. Everything okay?
What's that?
Everything okay?
Yeah. Last night, my wife was saying that I'm tired of being cold.
Wait, you got married?
Officially.
Okay.
Call it that. It's so cold in the house. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll be 71. She's so sorry.
You know,
I was like, I'm not-
when we had that big freeze, the one where it froze, all the pipes, you know, we were so cold that we turned on the fireplace, right? And we turned it on basically for like almost 3 days in a row because there's no heat. So we were all sleeping in the living room by the fire, right? And then I ended up getting like gas bill. I ended up getting a gas bill of like $1,000.
Yeah.
I was like, I nearly lost it. Is that what happens with generators? I mean, because they're running on natural gas.
A
And
neighbor
they're,
came by and told me that.
can you imagine? I mean, it's great. You've got a generator, but holy moly.
Yeah. It just automatically comes on.
Remember, Rita, we were out of power for what, a week or 2 weeks? Remember?
Well,
It was like, is that what, when,
and then Ike was on also.
imagine, I mean, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to get a generator and then now I'm like kind of reluctant to because
Get
it's,
a battery backup and some solar panels. Once you pay for it, you never pay for it.
do you have solar panels?
I don't have money for it, but.
Right, because this, I mean, it's what, 30,000 at least, right?
She's had it for 15 years. She's paid electricity in almost 2 decades.
My electricity bill's huge too. So, I mean, maybe, yeah.
Try it, check it out.
Good to see you, Justin.
So we are most likely going to do a PTI. They just need me to provide some support of my client paying child support, which I can get that today.
Okay, you want to set it for maybe Monday?
That's fine. So if he
Okay.
does agree to a PTI before then, and then he signs the contract, does he still need to come on Monday?
No, if you agreed, contract signed, everything done, but I don't want it to hang around for another 6 months, you know, like, let's get it, you know, expect them to get it done just quick. Yeah, okay, done, thanks.
I recall you saying that we were gonna issue a MOA on an event today, or did we recall that or not recall that?
We did a mow-up on Capatillo.
Capatillo?
Yeah, did you not? That was a walkthrough. Hey, Alex, did you do a mow-up on Capatillo by chance?
Yeah, let me check, Your Honor.
It was off, correct?
Yeah, it was off docket.
Do you have a case number? You just can't get it.
I should be attached.
Did you already file it?
We did. I talked to him. It was attached
Peter?
this morning. Good morning, Judge.
How are you?
I am doing well, I think.
Good to see you, like always.
Good to see you too. I saw you yesterday.
2 days in a row. Fabulous. Who is this gentleman? Mr. White.
Page
So, new case.
33 and 34.
All right. Good morning, Mr. White.
Sir.
Sir, you stand charged with 2 offenses. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're also charged with failure to stop and give information. On the DWI, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On your other case, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 1st, 2025, officers were dispatched to a major crash at the intersection of Westheimer and Synod Street. Officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated she was driving and she was at the intersection when the light was green. She proceeded through the intersection, saw the defendant's vehicle run a red light at a high rate of speed, and the defendant's vehicle was struck by the complainant. The damage to the complainant's vehicle was approximately $9,000. The complainant stated she was never contacted by the defendant to exchange information. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed glossy eyes, slurred speech, a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, and unsteady balance. The officer also observed swaying and disorientation. The defendant stated he was driving his motor vehicle when the other motor vehicle struck his, that he was the sole occupant of his vehicle, and that he was driving the damaged motor vehicle that the officers observed on scene. The defendant admitted to consuming alcoholic beverages prior to operating his motor vehicle, that he was coming from a steakhouse and was on his way to his friend's home to sleep, that he had drank 3 bottles of beer at a gas station across the street from the scene, and that the defendant stated he did not consume illegal drugs that night. He also stated he was unsure of which street he was on and rated his intoxication as a 5 from a scale of 1 to 10. The defendant stated he parked his motor vehicle was going to walk to an apartment complex where the officer stopped him to tell his friends to call the police, and that he could have called the police given that the officers observed the defendant's phone on him. Standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Did you want to say something?
Judge, I'm not sure about the court, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about leaving the scene. It sounds like.
I didn't hear
I
anything.
didn't hear anything on piece.
You didn't say anything about the FSGI.
So on the FSGI, the complainant stated she was never contacted to exchange information. After, and then also furthermore, I can read from the complainant DMs.
He stayed there, right?
No, Your Honor. So allow me to read from the full.
You got to leave.
So he was found at a gas complex where apartment complex where he was stopped, and that's where he made contact with the officers. And the full DIMS I can elucidate
Okay,
that.
so he wasn't
at the
scene of the accident.
No, Your Honor. He was later found at an apartment complex. That's where he was stopped, and he told the officers that he could have called police because they observed the phone on him.
Did you say how far?
Let me see the DMs if I can see.
And Judge, he's bonded on both cases. I mean, there's plenty of room for us to negotiate and work with the state on this. I mean, it may very well be.
I just want to make sure that, if he's charged with an offense, there's enough probable cause and,
From Dems is about 5 pages long.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. They say the distance, just that they made contact with him at the apartment.
where? At the apartment or?
There's an apartment complex where they stopped him. That was not the scene. And that's where they found the phone on him. And that's where they made contact and asked him if he could have called police. And he said he could have, and that he was walking to that apartment to get his friend to call the police.
And Judge, we have both locations of where the crash occurred and where he was found. If you could give me a moment, I can get the exact distance.
If that's the case.
I have a lot of problems
I
here.
have an identification question then, if that's the.
I have, he goes to the gas station, he's drinking at the gas station.
Yes, Judge, and because he did state he drank at the gas station across from the scene. And then
Do we know if he started drinking after the accident, before the accident? Did the officer ask?
well, he did state that he drank prior to the accident because he was at a steakhouse, is what he said.
Right. You have no distance on as far as where he was from.
Locations, and we can find the distance. If you just give us a moment, we can see how far the two locations are.
Well, I am going to go forward with your.
Translation: one sip of alcohol and it's game over. Judges love to give these last chance speeches, but they're not kidding. Viewers, if you were in his shoes, could you actually stick to those rules, knowing one mistake could take away your freedom instantly?
I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward on the driving while intoxicated. Have you run his license, see if he has a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, Judge, his license is eligible.
Okay, I'm now placing a restriction on your license, Mr. White. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. I am ordering you also as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If we find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. DeLeaf and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If Peter tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, then I will again issue a warrant for your arrest.
Your Honor, so it's 0.3 miles, and furthermore, upon reading the OR, there were bystanders on the scene that told the officers that they identified him as walking towards the apartment complex and failing to give information from the crash. So we have 0.3 miles, and a bystander saw him walking from the scene of the crash towards the apartment complex.
I'm going to find probable cause for now.
Okay,
Peter,
for now.
if you find something that's different later on, come
Okay,
back. We can always talk. You are also not allowed to drive unless you have liability insurance in your name on whatever car you're driving. We are sending notice now to DPS that you're required to have an interlock. So every officer in this state is going to know if you're caught driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock, they're going to take you to jail. Do you understand? Okay, so I'll have you sign reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. Okay, guys.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care. Miss Miranda, do you just want to reset?
Yes,
you
Your
go.
Honor. I believe we're just,
Hold on a second. Do you mind hitting the soundbar button, please? Turn it on. Thank you so much. My soundbar's off. Bear with me a moment. Okay,
yes, Your Honor. I believe we're waiting on discovery. I reached out a couple times to the state.
it's not. That's weird, huh? One more time.
Can you hear me?
Nope. Hey, she's here on Gaitan.
Okay.
Yeah. Gaitan.
Okay.
Is discovery complete?
One moment, I'm loading it. Okay. Discovery is complete, Your Honor.
Do you have the blood?
This one, it was a breath case.
Oh. No, I can't hear. It's weird we can't hear you. Let me call IT.
Let me see. It's showing that it's picking up the sound.
You want to say something, please, or sing?
Hello?
There we go.
Can
Yay.
you hear me? Oh, okay. I was gonna say it was picking up my sound or showing that.
Maybe if you sing to us, you know?
Okay, so I do show that I have police reports in the body cam, but I guess,
What are
okay,
you missing?
I guess I'm not missing anything if he just said everything's here. Because I did reach out a couple times and I didn't get a response back, but I do realize the DAs have changed a couple times.
Yeah.
The last I heard, I was waiting on a possible dismissal. I don't know if anybody wants to update me on that.
Alex?
So it looks like a quick eval was done by Morgan, but we would request just like maybe a week to look at it one more time and then we can dismiss if we need to. But
You want to do that? Or do you want to do?
We can do that. We can set it for next week if that's fine, Judge.
Yeah, I'll waive it. What day do you want next week?
Let's see.
Top of 11.
Any day but the 16th.
We end up Fridays. We don't do Fridays because it's an enrollment thing. So
Okay, well then,
any day but Friday.
well, if he's asking for a week, I know the 15th will probably be too short.
I don't know. Can you think you can get it done by the
I think
15th?
there should be plenty of time, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay,
15th.
that's fine.
Yeah.
What are we expecting on that?
Eval for dismissal. Okay, cool. All right.
Thank you, Judge. See you next week.
Thanks. See you then. Oh, any more arraignments?
Earl White?
Judge counsel is also going to approach on page 5, top of page 5. It says he needs more time.
Good morning, Ms. B. How are you?
Mr. B,
Yes, sir. May I approach Your Honor?
what's up with you?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I am here on Mr. Alejandro Guardado.
Okay,
Just want to get a status of what are you expecting out of this case, Judge? Are you willing to keep him on probation, or are you recommending residential, or what is your take on it, Your Honor?
have we done a TRAS?
Yes.
What is it,
I
Tim?
recommended, SAT residential.
That's it. You know,
What is that?
they were a SAT.
Yes, he's here.
How long does it take to get in? How much? No, I'm not gonna, I can't, that's just too much. So can we do it and then have them report when a bed opens? Yeah, I don't wanna hold someone 1 to 3 months without knowing if they're gonna get in. That's, you know, so do you mind checking to see and then let us know? So there's usually a wait to get in, but I think that that's unreasonable to have to wait 1 to 3 months. That's crazy,
Especially.
you know? Right. So let's see if we can do it to where we wait for one to open up and then he can do it then. Yeah, okay, sure.